So, good evening, all of you. Good evening, all of you. So before starting the session, so let us fix our agenda, guys, please. Today, so we are going to be discussing about what cloud, what is cloud, what is, yeah. So we're going to be discussing about what is cloud, what is multi-cloud, and what is the major difference between, what is the relation between DevOps with cloud. And we are going to be discussing these topics, guys, please, for today. So before starting, what exactly we have discussed in the last demo session? Let us revise within 5 to 10 minutes. Then we will move forwarding into the what is a cloud, what is multi-cloud. We're going to be discussing for today. Okay. So before starts, so yesterday we have discussed these are all things, but let us revise some of the new students. In the last session also one student is late joining. Let them get benefit. Let us revise within 5 to 10 minutes what we have discussed in the last session. Then we will move forwarding into the cloud. What is the cloud? Okay. So in the last session, we understood very clearly what is an application. What is an application, guys, please? The working software, which is written any programming language, we call as an application. That application we are going to be placed on server side. Once if it is placed on server side, we can access our internet as a website like Flipkart or Amazon Book My Show. But what about SDLC? SDLC is a software development lifecycle. By using software development lifecycle, we can able to produce an application for doing a business like Flipkart or Amazon Book My Show. In SDLC, we have a several stages like analysis, design, implementation, testing, deploy, and maintenance. By following these are all the stages and phases, these are all the stages and phases, we can able to produce an application and we can able to do it business in internet. If you want to build a Flipkart kind of application, what is an exactly first step analysis? Gathering information from the Client of exactly the login page, registration page, payment gateway, each and everything will be gathered. Based on gathering information, our architects will be design. Design is nothing but a plan. According to the planning, our developers will implement the lines of code by using Java, .NET, Python, any programming language. Once if it is implemented, our testers will be verified whether it is working on functionally, login page is working or not, registration page is working or not. We are gonna be verifying. Once if it is verified as a DevOps engineer, we're gonna be placing our websites on hundreds of servers. Once if it is placing our applications on hundreds of servers, and we can access our internet as a website. Whether it is working or not, we're gonna be monitor and maintenance. This entire process which you are calling as what DevOps transparent, this entire process which you are calling as what software development lifecycle. In this software development lifecycle, if you are a software engineer, directly or indirectly, you are part of this SDLC process. If you are a developer, can write the lines of code. If you are a tester, can verify the functionality. But if you are a DevOps engineer, what exactly you are gonna be? The combination of what is the DevOps, please? The combination of software development plus operation, we call as what DevOps. That means our roles and responsibilities start from dev environment, ends with what operation, means we are part of coding, in building, testing, release, deploy, operation, monitoring. To be frankly, we are not writing any coding, we are not writing any test cases. Just we are going to be implementing an automated DevOps transparent pipeline. Is DevOps is a technology? No. DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a process. DevOps is an automated process. While we implementing an automated DevOps transparent pipeline, we need to follow some set of rules and regulations. Which are all those, guys, please? So, for example, let's say the developers are keep on writing lines of code. These lines of code we're gonna be delivering into the production environment within a shortest time with high quality with low cost is nothing but what exactly our DevOps transparent pipeline. So as a DevOps engineer, what exactly our prior responsibility? Replacing complex pipeline with what? Transparent pipeline. Our SDLC process, our SDLC process is a manual process which you're calling as what? Complex pipeline which you're not using. This SDLC process we are not using. Why? Because we are not using, because if it is a manual process. From analysis to design, design to implementation, implementation testing, testing to deploy. It is a manual process. Due to this manual process, if we got an issue, any problem in middle of the process, for identification it will take long time, for resolving issue also it will take long time. If it is take long time, the cost will be increased, the quality will be decreased, and customer is not satisfied. That is the reason we are going to be replacing complex pipeline with our DevOps transparent pipeline. Here is everything is an automated, everything is transparent. Everything is an automated, everything is transparent. Even though if you got an issue, any problem, in middle of the process for identification, easily we can able to identify this problem. As soon as possible, we can able to rectify this problem and we can able to deliver our application as soon as possible. Why? Because if everything is transparent, everything is an automated. That means the cost is gonna be reduced, the quality will be increased, and customer is also satisfied. That is the reason we are gonna be replacing complex pipeline with DevOps transparent pipeline. The actual DevOps transparent pipeline is look like this only. In this DevOps transparent pipeline, we have a planning, coding, integration, testing, release, deploy. In this DevOps transparent pipeline, our roles and responsibilities start from dev environment, ends with what operation? Means we are part of coding, integration, testing, release, deploy, operation. To be frankly, we are not part of planning. We are not writing any coding. We are not writing any test cases. Just we are going to be implementing an automated DevOps transparent pipeline from dev environment to operations. Sir, how exactly we are going to be implementing this DevOps transparent pipeline? Directly we can able to implement? No. We are not implementing directly. We are going to be using tool stack. We are going to be using tool stack. Which are all the tool stack we are going to be using? Git we are going to be using. Git we are going to be using. Maven we are going to be using. Jenkins we are going to be using. JFrog, SonarQube, Ansible, AWS, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Docker, Kubernetes, Elk Elastic, Logstash, Kibana, Grafana, Terraform. By helping of these are all the tools, we are going to be implementing an automated DevOps transparent pipeline. An automated DevOps transparent pipeline. How exactly we are going to be implementing this? What are the first step, guys, please? We are going to be using Git. Git is what exactly? Version control. Whatever the lines of code is written by developer, writing is responsible by the developer. And those lines of code are going to be maintained by DevOps engineer. Once if it is successfully maintained by Git, and we're going to be executing by helping of Git. By executing by Maven. Maven is a build tool. It is always produce an active factory. It helps to manage dependencies and it handle versions and releases also. And n number of developers lines of code, whatever the lines of code after writing. So as a DevOps engineer, we are going to be maintenance and continuously integrating and making working software by executing test cases, and we're going to be delivering by helping of which tool we're going to be implementing the CI/CD process by helping of Jenkins. Jenkins is a continuous integration, a continuous integration, continuous delivery tools. By using Jenkins, the entire CI/CD process which we are going to be automated. Once if it is in implementing CI/CD, where we are going to be delivering into where exactly release, delivering into the release which we are going to be maintained by helping of JFrog. JFrog is an active fact. It manage and maintaining stable builds for before and ready to deploy hundreds of productions of service. And we're going to be using SonarQube. SonarQube is a code analyzer. By helping of SonarQube, it will be analysis. The entire Java code, whatever the code in the environment, either Java, .NET, Python, anything. So SonarQube will be analyze and analysis the entire lines of code. By analysis, it will give statistics and reports, how accurately developers are writing code, how accurately the dev environment in percentage wise, and each and everything will statistics and give. Simply can say it is the ISO mark for dev environment. Okay, so by helping of Git, Maven, Jenkins, JFrog, SonarQube, we are gonna be implementing the entire CI/CD process. Continuous integration, making working software, and continuous delivery. Once if it is delivered, a particular time, we're going to be deploying our applications on hundreds of servers. on hundreds of servers, placing our websites on hundreds of servers, we calling as what? Deployment. But these hundreds of servers, how exactly we can automate? By helping of configuration management. So what is an exactly configuration management? Replacing manual configuration process with an automated process, which you are calling as what? Configuration management. This configuration management, it is supported with Ansible. Ansible is a configuration management tool. By helping of Ansible, we can able to automate our hundreds of servers, and easily we can able to place our websites and configuration of our servers, we can able to do it. But these hundreds of servers, from where exactly we can able to get it? Either from physical environment or from virtual environment or from virtual environment by cloud. Which cloud? AWS or Azure. We can able to getting servers from AWS and Azure. On top of the servers, we can able to automate by helping of Ansible. Repeat again, getting hundreds of servers from cloud. On top of the servers, we can automate by Ansible. So not only placing our websites on cloud environment, we can able to place our websites on Docker containers also. Sir, what is an exactly Docker container? Docker container is an isolated area which you can place our websites very easily with low cost with high quality. Simply I can say, by using Docker container, we can place our websites very easily with low cost with high quality. Instead of spending hundreds of crores of rupees, 10 lakhs is enough. The cost is reduced, the quality is increased. Who don't want this technology? That's what nowadays every industry, every company wants to do, move to the container technology. And these containers we can able to manage or control with Kubernetes. Kubernetes just like a ship. How the ship can manage all the containers the same way, Kubernetes can manage all the containers, all Docker containers. And it will statistics and reports like this. And we're going to be learning Elastic Log Stack Skiban. It is a monitoring tool. It helps to manage and monitoring our application, how exactly the performance our application. So internally, each and every click, each and every action logs are generating. Those logs will be monitored and it will give statistics and reports like this. And Grafana is also monitoring tool. And we're going to be learning Terraform. Terraform is a cross cloud platform. By helping of Terraform, by helping of Terraform, we can create infrastructure in any cloud, either AWS or Azure or a Google. So we are going to be writing IAC infrastructure as a code instead of doing manual graphical actions. Instead of that, we're going to be writing IAC code. By executing that code, we can automate creating infrastructure in any cloud, either AWS or Azure cloud. So the multi-cloud which we can able to handle by Terraform itself. By end, we'll do this pipeline. This is what exactly we are implementing. This DevOps and entire pipeline, AWS and Azure also. Clear. Up to this point, any questions, please? What we have discussed, any questions? T. Ram. Mohammed, any questions? You missed this part. That's what I repeated for you, Mohammed. Any questions? You can unmute, you can talk to me also, and or else you can ask me in chat box. If it is no question, please say no. We'll continue to go for next part. Yeah, Garu, thanks for replying. Thank you. Thanks for replying, all of you. Yeah, thanks for replying. Yeah. So what we have discussed, we understood up to this point. So what is the point we have understood, please? So by helping of these are all the tools, listen, by helping of these are all the tools, we are gonna be implementing our DevOps transparent pipeline. We understood. Not only these tools, this DevOps transparent pipeline, for implementing this DevOps transparent pipeline, we required a infrastructure. We required a infrastructure. Sir, what is infrastructure? Sir, what is infrastructure? So for first we need to understand what is an application. In the beginning of the class, we understood what is an application. Simply in a single word can able to reply in the chat box. What is an application? Application is nothing but what? Website. The application is nothing but a website. For maintaining this website, we required a infrastructure. This infrastructure, what kind of infrastructure is required? Simply servers, computing power, network, database, storage, and so on, and so many. These are all major infrastructure is required for deploying a Flipkart kind of application, BookMy kind of application, Netflix kind of application. Netflix kind of applications. So for Flipkart kind of application for deploying, for maintenance, what kind of infrastructure is required? Servers are required, networks are required, database is required, storage is required. Sir, how many ways we can able to get it? How many ways to get infra? We can able to get this infrastructure either from physical environment or from virtual environment or from cloud. Sir, what is the cloud? What is the cloud computing to specifically? What is an exactly cloud computing? So before understanding what is a cloud computing, first we should understand what is exactly a data center. Tell me, what is a data center? They use computing power, keeping in a rack wise in a big room. We calling as a data center. They use computing power, keeping in a rack wise in a big room. We calling as a data center. A data center. These data centers are located in different geographical locations, like in Mumbai, in Singapore, in UK, in London. In so many places, these data centers are located. These data centers located where exactly? The huge computing power, keeping in a rack wise in a big room, we calling as a data center. These data centers are located in different geographical locations in Chennai, Mumbai, US, Australia, Sydney, South Africa, so many places. If we can access the infrastructure, what kind of infrastructure is required? Repeat again. What kind of infrastructure is required for maintaining our websites? If we can able to get it from this data center over internet, is nothing but what exactly? Cloud computing. Cloud computing. What is the cloud computing is, please? If you can able to access the remote placed resources such as servers, network, database, storage, and so on, whatever may be infrastructure, if you can able to access over internet from your laptop is nothing but what exactly? Cloud computing. Repeat again, please repeat again. What is the cloud computing is, please? Based resources such as network, storage, database, storage. If you can able to control or access over internet from your laptop is nothing but what exactly? Cloud computing. But any cloud, either AWS, Azure, Google, any cloud is a rental-based infrastructure. By using cloud, we are not buying anything. We are gonna be getting rental-based infrastructure based on usage. Based on usage, we are gonna be paying rent only. Just like a car. Just like a rental car, like Ola, Uber, like kind of thing. So we are not buying anything. We are not maintaining anything. Just we are gonna be getting a cloud rental based service. Based on usage, we're gonna be pay rent. Based on usage, we're gonna be pay rent. For example, let me give an example. You want to go to the railway station by car. How many ways we can able to get a car? Two ways. Either you need to buy a car, new car, to go to the showroom and buy a new car and go to the railway station. The second option, book a Ola or Uber a cab. So get the car within 10 minutes, getting into the car, reach your railway station, whatever tariff, 300, 400 rupees, you need to pay. Which is easy for you guys, please? Buying a new car or rental car, Ola or Uber. The second option is very easy, am I right? Rental car is very easy, am I right? So just for purpose, have you resolved our purpose or not? That is major important. If it is resolve your purpose, whether you are buying a new car, rental car, that's secondary. The same way, just for deploying our application, our Flipkart kind of application, BookMy kind of applications, like Hotstar kind of application, what kind of infrastructure we require? We can able to get it from cloud as a rental based. Based on usage, we're gonna be pay rent. But we are not buying anything, we are not maintaining anything, not required also. If you want to maintain your own physical data center, that huge cost it will be there. So huge operational cost will be. So huge front cost like a capex, opex will be more. And if you go for operational cost like rental cost like power bill and maintenance for employee salaries, network engineers, housekeeping, it is not easy. Instead of that, just we go for cloud service, cloud infrastructure, whatever the usage we're going to be pay rent monthly. So this is what exactly the cloud. But which cloud? Which cloud we are going to be? So these three are leading cloud provider. So these three are leading cloud provider. AWS, Azure, Google. These three are leading cloud providers. We are gonna be learning AWS, Azure, Google is introductory. But what kind of infrastructure is required? What kind of infrastructure is required? For deploying application by using DevOps process, we can able to do it on AWS, on Azure, on Google. Without cloud also we can do it. Without cloud also we can implement a DevOps process, and with the cloud also, that in the cloud either AWS or Azure, Google also. For example, let's say I want a server. I want a database. I want a storage. I want a network. Yeah, we can able to get it any cloud based on your flexibility, based on usage, based on the service, based on the requirement, based on the security, we can able to go it. So for example, let's say I want a virtual server. Yeah, either we can able to get it from AWS, Google, Azure also. But the service is same, but naming conventions are different. For example, let's say I want to a product online like a Flipkart or Amazon or Snapdeal. The product is same. I can go Flipkart, I can go through Amazon, I can go through Snapdeal also. The same thing here also. Based on the requirement, based on the service, what we require to maintain and deploying our application by using DevOps process, we can able to use the particular cloud. So if we are using multi-cloud, more flexibility. See, for example, Kubernetes. I want to implement Kubernetes services. Yeah, I can go for it in EKS services, ECS services. Same thing which we can able to do it in Azure also. But name is different, but we can able AKS. We can able to call AKS, Azure Kubernetes Services. Here is container services, but service is same, but naming conventions are different. Pricing is different, security is different. So why multi-cloud? Because of, because of, so cost saving, better flexibility, better reliability, better performance, better security. So these are all the reasons the companies wants to move multi-cloud. For if you are moving into the multi-cloud, so maybe if you are a company owner, you business owner, you want to use multi-cloud for your application for doing a business for your application. You want to maintain the multi-cloud. Yes, why can? But how exactly as a DevOps engineer you are going to be maintained with the help of Terraform. Terraform is a cross-cloud platform. We are gonna be implementing a template and script. We can execute that IS infrastructure as a code. We can automate infrastructure in any cloud. Got it. Either AWS or Azure or a Google. So today we are focused on AWS. So what we are gonna be discussing, the same thing we are gonna be understand Azure also. Don't worry. But at the same slide, at the same time, we can't be compare, we can't be understand. First, focus on AWS. Understand the AWS services, then we'll go for Azure. That is very easy to that. In AWS, we are gonna be discussing more than 45 plus services. All includes, we are dividing into the 4 models. Which are all the models, guys, please? VPC model, EC2 model, RDS model, S3 model. Which are all the models, guys, please? VPC is nothing but a network. EC2 is nothing but a server. RDS is nothing but a database. S3 is nothing but a storage. Let us repeat again, guys, please. Let us repeat again. So what is the server? Server is equal to EC2. Network is equal to VPC. Database is equal to RDS. S3 is equal to services. Sorry, storage is equal to S3 bucket. So what kind of infrastructure is required for deploying Flipkart kind of application? What kind of infrastructure is required? Can able to get it from cloud? Networking, computing, database, and storage. Can able to get it from cloud or not? Either AWS and Azure. Here we calling as a VPC in Azure network. Here we calling as a EC2 in Azure computing power. Here we calling as RDS, there is a database. Here is S3 bucket, S3, there is a storage. The naming conventions are different, same thing which we are going. But let us understand what is a VPC. What is an exactly VPC? What is a VPC? Virtual Private Cloud. A office kind of network. In your office, we have a network or not? The computers are connected with internet cables or not? In your office, that we calling is our office private network. The same kind of private network, if we can able to access our internet in a virtual form, is nothing but what? VPC. Sir, what is a VPC, guys? Please repeat again. A office kind of private network, if we can access our internet in virtual form, is nothing but what? VPC. In VPC means in AWS, anybody can able to getting it by creating an account. How we can create a Facebook account? The same way we can able to get it, we can able to create, we can able to getting into the AWS. But once if it is getting, you can able to get your private section. This is in exactly your private section. This is in exactly my VPC. This is your my friend's VPC network. So each and every account we will be get a n number of networks we can able to create it on create a network. On top of we can able to create resources. Those resources fully controlled by you only. No one can access, no one can display, no one can able to come to. It is just like a Gmail. For example, to understand, give an example. For example, let's say you and me gonna be creating an account, email account, Gmail account, and we logged in. You are gonna be logging. Once if it is logging, can able to access my emails? No. I am gonna be logging. That means can I able to read your emails? No. The same way here also. Got it? Is completely secure. Means each and every company, each and every business owner can able to getting into the AWS. They can able to create the private section like your office floor. How we are having our office setup in your physical building, the same way we can set up our own physical our own virtual network setup. Here is we can able to create our resources. It is fully controlled by us. So what about EC2, please? EC2 is nothing but what exactly? Compute cloud. The computing power, whatever the computing power. The computing power like RAM, CPU, motherboard, whatever maybe if we can access our internet in elastic form, a flexible kind of computing power, if we can access our internet is nothing but what? EC2 means. So what kind of infrastructure is required? So in your laptop, we have the same kind of setup or not? Tell me, CPU, operating system, hard drive, firewall, network card, the same kind of infrastructure which we are gonna be which we are gonna be using in our servers also. But your laptop is just for a home purpose, but server for deploying our applications. For example, let's say I want to deploy Netflix kind of application. How exactly we can? First, we are gonna be creating a network. In this network, we're gonna be creating a server. In the server, we're gonna be placing Netflix kind of application, then we can access. How we are accessing? How we are accessing? How we are accessing this Netflix kind of application? The same way we can. It's good. Okay, very good. But so what is the customer information? The login information. Where exactly we can maintain? in a database, relational database services. The customer information we can able to maintain in a tabular format, rows and columns by using Oracle, MySQL database internally, we can maintain. Okay. So by using VPC, we can able to get a network. By using EC2, we can able to get a service. By using RDS, we can able to get a database. So what is the major purpose of Netflix? So browsing movies, watching movies, the major purpose, right? But where exactly? If it is a larger video file, if it is a larger video file, where exactly? Where exactly? Where exactly we can able to maintain in S3 simple storage services. In simple storage services, it is an external storage. By using storage, we can able to upload or download any kind of file like PDF, doc, image, MP3, text, anything. It is just like your Google Drive. It is just like your Google Drive. How we are handling Google Drive, the same way we can able to handle our S3 bucket. The best example for S3 bucket is PPT presentation. This PPT presentation from Google Drive itself. So what kind of infrastructure is required for implementing our DevOps transparent pipeline? For implementing our DevOps transparent pipeline, what kind of infrastructure is required? We can able to get it from cloud, either AWS or Azure. So I'll repeat, listen very carefully. So whatever the lines of code is written by developer, making working software, we're going to be deploying our applications on hundreds of servers within a shortest time with high quality, with low cost is nothing but what? DevOps. While deploying our applications, we required a infrastructure. That infrastructure, we can able to get it from AWS or Azure or a Google or a physical or any other cloud. On top of this infrastructure, we can easily placing our websites automatic. I hope you people are understands very clearly what is a DevOps, what is a cloud, why multi-cloud. We are understand for today's session. Okay. So in multi-cloud, we are going to be implementing multiple projects. So in AWS, we're going to be implementing this kind of networking, kind of auto scaling with the load balancer auto scaling. These are all the projects which we are going to be implementing in the cloud side. These four projects which we are implementing on AWS and Azure also. I'll implement in front of you practically, which you are going to be practice. And in DevOps also, we are going to be do totally four projects. One of the major project is this. For example, so I can't show you practically for today. Maybe tomorrow onwards, we're going to be start our practical sessions. We starting to getting into the cloud. Slowly, we start practical session. We are understanding what we have discussed for today. The same thing we're repeating in tomorrow practically in front of you. You can slowly, we can digest day by day, class by class. But as of right now, for example, let's say, I want to automate cloud infrastructure by using Terraform. By writing the simple kind of Terraform file, executing Terraform file, we can create infrastructure in Azure or AWS. Maybe, for example, I want to automate by helping of Ansible. Yes, I can do that by using Ansible. A writing playbook with help of Ansible, like this kind of playbooks. An executing playbook, we can automate hundreds of production servers. So I will teach you each and everything. Don't worry, it is not a programming. It is a simple script. Each and every one easily I can understand. Make sure about it. Each and every letter, each and every word, we are going to be writing with our hands. Don't worry. I will teach you at that level. That's what we are spending more time. And the same way in Kubernetes also, we're going to be writing a manifest files. It is not. Cloud formation, this kind of, we're going to do. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's it, guys. Please, my end, I'm completing today. I complete my end for today. So, do you have any questions, please? Your end.
Yeah, Maha, that this course will be means once you start, will end on the after 5 months, right? So there won't be any interruption, right?
No interruption. It will be. Rajan, please.
Yeah.
What are the DevOps tools, Maha?
Yeah, we have discussed, but let me show you one more time. So, these are all the tools we are learning in depth. Okay, so in CI/CD we're spending totally 1 month. So we are considering these 4 tools for CI/CD. Then Ansible itself 1 month we're gonna be discussing. We'll do one project. The same with Kubernetes and Docker. These 2 tools we're considering as a one model. We'll do end-to-end project. We're spending more than 4 weeks of time for the containerization model and monitoring tools like Elk, Grafana. We're gonna be learning Terraform also.
And cloud services?
Uh, more than 45 plus services we're going to be learning it. We can't be name it here, but you can go through my content, you can find it. But as my point of view, we're dividing into the 4 models: VPC model, EC2 model, RDS model, S3 model. VPC itself will take 1 month, EC2, IM and S3 so will take 1 month. So RDS totally we dividing into the 2 months duration for cloud itself. Tira. Got it? Still one more.
Yeah. Thank you, Maha.
So
Yeah, Maha, regarding this course fee, right? So when you should submit tomorrow, you can have to give, right?
yeah, you can pay it today and tomorrow, whatever you want, whenever you want, you can pay.
So we need to negotiate something is possible or it's not negotiable.
Not a right person. Please talk to the admin. They will help you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Hello.
Garu, please.
Sir, I have some question regarding like my career gap and is there any placement assistant in this course?
Assistant is a means what resume preparation, entry question and answers, how to apply. I will help you, Garu.
Okay, I have the major question is like I have done graduation in 2017 and I'm from non-technical background and
No, your voice is disturbing. Can you please louder, clearly?
am I audible right now?
Please continue.
Yeah, so I have a question that I graduated in 2017, so I have years of gaps.
Okay.
And the second thing is I'm from non-technical background,
Okay.
and third one is in 2025, getting job at fresher level is I mean it seems that it's hard. So how we will tackle these things? We will introduce internship or something else?
No, you can't be, and we can, you not fall under fresher, but you should be go for experience only. You can showcase your resume at least 3, 4 years experience. As a DevOps, then only you can able to go through this. But how to manage your certificates and background verification, that your responsibility, take care of it.
Okay, that means it's not for the freshers.
Freshers means they can do it fresher also, but in your case, if you are
Mhm.
passed out, maybe it is in 2024, 25, they can manage. They can, as a fresher, they can go for it. At least 1 year gap also they can consider as a fresher, but you are 2017, Almost
Yes.
it is around 7 years gap. We can't consider as a fresher, am I right?
But I have in IT support engineer, I have 2 years experience in that field.
In that case, you can go for as that experience, but you have a knowledge on the vast. But nowadays, in our situation is changed actually. There are industries currently expecting more.
Okay, got it.
That is true. That is a fact. Even we can't be say lies, but because of
Yes, exactly. Although I'm exploring as much as I can, I
yeah.
have
So
explored
if
Azure
it is
and
more openings, if it is more opening, then they will consider one or two firms will be considered. But everybody is they are expecting end to end. That's what the nowadays very difficult in your case.
right, right.
Yeah, that is true.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, boss. Yeah. Any questions, please, Srikanth, Naveen? Ranjan, it's clear. Naveen, is any questions? Srikanth, any question, please? Any questions? Anybody, please? Yeah. Gaurav, I answered you. Srikanth, thanks. Thanks for replying. Naveen, thanks for replying. Yeah. So, shall we continue by tomorrow? Tomorrow, the same time, same link. Tomorrow, our agenda is what exactly? What we have discussed, let us experience practically. We'll start from tomorrow, practical sessions.
Yeah, Maha, one more thing, Maha, that you told that on this recording session and the recording will be shared, right, by by your admin team.
So what I need to do, what I'm clarifying. So demonstrations won't be shared. It will directly need to. But when I'm starting a regular class, maybe tomorrow, whatever we starting a practical session, that will be shared to your registered email address. Once done the payment, the admin team will give an access, drive access. You can able to access that too. I will explain by tomorrow's session where you can find how to get a recording access, how to join daily classes also. I will explain.
Okay.
So if I forget, please remind me. By end of the session, I will show you where it is. You can. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, buddies. Yeah. So yeah, we'll continue by tomorrow.
Thank you, Maha.
Very good, all
Thank
of
you,
you.
Maha.
Very good
Bye.
evening, all of you. Have a good night. Have a nice day with you, all of you. We'll continue by tomorrow. Thank you.